Mede na sene meka cha mo se meni mpanifo bi ebetwetwe enkomo Mel Kwesi Davis or your regular suspect ewa hasi or your vice president of Folk Up, music business manager and or your event management specialist. Now week way we say Mel post na maybe on Facebook coded party dien bu ye bi o party no yes say unknown location coded. Now, baby, say we a Didi party and a Didi party. Okay, Joseph, a lead content creator, L1 Play Africa, and a Toby and as you Toby.
Otobi Entertainment.
Now, Toby Entertainment, Nedad.
Oh, a big media company.
Okay.
I build digital platforms. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Minya fa umbe minya na pese mi huni.
Okay.
Miniaba adwoe ni ma a social commentator na me hu so trendy ye pa e social media. Oba be come inside e studio ha say na me ne omo atwetwe enkomo. Na answer e be hye enkomo na se ne mesra mara enwum de e hu hia me pa. Enti mo me fa ba akoma no bi ntwe na se ne ye ba na afi enkomo na aka no ye de ato aso. Yes, I'm royal than an idea, son. Acquaintufo. First, now, what can I say? Incrasifo. There be a young crassifo. Now, dear son, acquaintufo. And you mean, dear, meaning somebody trouble when I say, meaning somebody when in answer sono, and Rasso say, I didn't come on, a bebremo. Now, one can who say, I Asaasepa cassette promono, and I saw was so power. Wow, and said, what I didn't want be. Now, me born you made that phone boko, yeah. What our phone up as our friend would offer you, or the this kind of idiot, or better catch us say, or the next kind of did be a mass or the other. Enti sa wobanya sika wa mra ho kra na eno ane Asaasepa sika kese promo no mesra wara fa phone sisi dial *426*13# sa wo 5 cedi wo momo ne so a wobetumi edi sika kese pa mesi ye kokwawu no amanfo wi ni sika pa amanfo nya be ye 10,000 cedis ebinya 5,000 cedis ebinya 500 cedis 300 cedis enti no ende emfa ho bomode ansa wo sika kakra bi e wo phone ne so no. Yes, it's a wucha. The more wucha no, the more na woody. It's number no for phone on the dial is *426*13# *426*13#. And I say Fontaine time no call www.asaaseparadio.com. Ube to me aboho. Kai hu say Saj Media yana sankra to National Lottery Authority. I Omone Spark House Promotions Limited platform. No maso ya sene kai hu say in sheshe kakra ewo ho. Ebusia Michelle Jumede na sene me catch mu said na no Friday enti eno chere say 1 week aba ye bra pani that akwekudua efri mu ebusia release poster no almost see ombedi ni na wo cheda nyame adoma 21st of June and nyame adoma next month 21st e wo East Legon Executive Club en kase oh no nya madam fo na minim no na wotie ne nyom wotu okra wo ni boy wo ni kunu wo hyedem besen na yenko na ye ne that afke de busia nkosumo. Makwako ye abakwasem kakra makwako hwehwe insem bi mu na menyaneti yese be ye 1980 and 1990 mre so no sa mre no ena na Ghana for use cassette tape no na sa time no na chese na high life gospel ena afi na hip life afi na ye baso nti no ye hwa anwum tufo bi te se na Kwame Ampedu amachi de Reggie Rockstone omo sa mre no ena omo cash out sa mre no ena omo nye sika pa nti na sa time so na cassette no ye to aye ngoto baako engotena ye fie na ye to ni boom enti no wo munye skapa utimi ton be 5,000 to 50,000 cassettes no che say na onwom no ye hit pa na ye hwe no ya nwum to for bebre na te na Kwame Ampedu ye hwe emre 1963 I oton 100,000 copies of the album no and Reggie Rockstone so e release me na me kan no so no so no ye nyane te say ono so ton 100,000 units sa bre no late 1990s so no baby enti no emwa na no mo wo mu na afi de yeko CD era no na CD era no enu to for be na release album ye hwe Miss Bell omu release album CD era ne time ye hwe Oforian Ponsa ye hwe that the Lumba Obrafo Lord Kenya omu nyina release anyom sa CD time no na no mo so mo nyom musika kakra ba de na ambo ne say bibi ye friend burning na piracy na man for fast CDs no mo akwa ben ti no o release 50,000 copies kra na se me wa mail so na me ko ben ni metimi de ama mail so metimi akwa ben ni na ye ben ko saa ti na e ma nwumtofo no wo mu enye sika e na afa die digital streaming platform no e de ba ye nkomo ne de menya expert for no musisi ha se no be twetwe nkomo no me so ma disua me ko sua kakra no e na maba ene mo e ba beche okay Joseph a lead content creator e One Play Africa e na Otobi Entertainment. Mel Kwesi Davis, a vice president of FOCAP, music business manager, events management specialist, and a coded party organizer. In penny for me, Mama Kwaba, Edeba Pimpin, so I do me this.
We
Hey!
See, Yana, mo pass money pay.
Would I know how to chunk on now? I bet you party. Okay, Bibia call.
Yamia do mo Bibia call.
And then the first time I had some come up in
Bibia call any made by youth at Aroma Inti.
Okay.
Yijinemu Tare.
Na afe na metie for no de omo ye mebusuafo omo di metie bia mekubia omo nim wo okay film okay brand okay film okay Joseph but me nim okay film bia Ghana for mo an connected dots bi okay Joseph aye wan
okay so Joseph me prof on the kind me a content lead Ewo Otobi Entertainment and One Play Africa. Messiah project lead Emma made by youth. Made by you and they recently Anebim. A pressure group main focus and they say put spotlight on a Nyama youth area into your youth biana adebi awo ye no. We put the spotlight on you and we celebrate you.
Right.
And a Messiah music executive. Ewo your dispensation yimu. Right. So we'll be sayana and no. No.
Hey, I'm honored to have you in the studio.
Thank you.
Oba.
Now week in the course now we're now watching the course.
Oh, this week has been very eventful. Like the whole of Monday, Tuesday, na me planning and I was we cry party cry was an interest just too high on this.
Someone invite.
No, the interest in this party is just too high. Okay, dear. So actually this week here I was privileged and honored to be the event organizer and event management company for the biggest CIO conference in Ghana at the moment. So CIO 200, the full name here, CIO is a global brand for chief information officers.
Okay.
So chief information officer, as in chief information security officer, chief information, like everybody who is in the IT space in various institutions. So banks, retail, logistics, academia, all of them. And a global idea every year throughout the world. Okay. And it comes to Ghana once every year. Okay. So last year it was in Ghana, this year it was also in Ghana. And this year I was privileged to be the one having to manage the entire event. So I got a chance to meet with almost about 100 and over chief information officers from Absa Bank, Eco Bank, FNB, all the banks. I also met with chief information officer from Melcom, from Asaasepa University, like a whole lot of people, and it was for me an eye opener. It was an interesting event, and I am here for how far he has brought us. I make us say event and a coded party, and your party conferences.
Please, I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. Demi win America.
I specialize in everything event.
Mel, I didn't pick out the F. F na me many boss.
Into him. the coded parties and the freak offs, no, and no, yeah.
Hey, Bacho.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. But coded parties, no, just one part of the things that I do, you know, it's just the it's just the exciting fun part of it. But,
Kwesi, are you that guilty?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
We are events then the
I'm so not guilty.
It's a number so coded party now for the person check me say minimum.
No, but so far what coded party be 16 times here by into him say I tie for no obi are not take mo see from na dream and say me the coded party. It's my mean change no more. Oh, the baby I know we see if you can do that.
Ebusi Auntie Mel, Kwesi Davis, and I was saying in Kano, OK Joseph, and I was saying in Kano. You see, I know you be run communimu straight. Okay, Ebane saying, and then the man cassette era no, unique at the time. We are not comparing now, but that time no. Then the man cassette era, no unique. It was our brand.
Unse cassette era no those days no na enopen ewo honom. And so I'm not so vexed in that space. Send me kind of me modern era more. So
Kwesi.
Yeah.
Would they so new to Papa grow up? Cassette era. And that's who they kakre bi kakanya so when you gas when you and make age.
Okay.
Like by cassette era
okay.
Pay your research per what you know.
That's a very interesting conversation.
yeah.
Very, very, very interesting. Yeah, and perspectives in the dorsal. Intim pacha I would check a crab me home. Na men church you maybe. Now, you see, technology as it is over time, it changes. And it improve every time. It improve. Time na vinyl. Vinyl is the big playing disc no. Vinyl time no. It was really huge until a company called Sony invented that cassette. Toshiba Sony invented a cassette player no. And then they invented a machine ultimately record it onto the cassette, and you can clean it and record again onto it. But vinyl no back now so it became a new revolution. That time it was huge. That time Walkman like it was huge, and a lot of musicians cashed in because it was relatively easy to manage. That technology, it was relatively easy to manage. Unlike the vinyl now, all the plates in it, so you have to know if so bono at 33 and I say bono at 45. I already pin it better so and adjust it, and you know, and you will be an 80 for day. But all of a sudden, this cassette, you know, era nearby, you know, everybody could afford it, and it was really doing well. Into beer had access to it, and that is what brought about the big market, because that vinyl time it was, you know, for a certain elite. No more they could afford it, you know. But cassette time no, I feel Walkman there be portable devices, and you start to say hey then you see cassette, you know. So now it became part of what music executives realized that the way to go to get money for the artist. It is a see as an artist, you call studio near recording then it will all be dubbed onto the cassette. Near inlays near the cassette, and then now we sell the cassettes. And that one, the difference is that you were selling it to physical human beings and collecting cash from them.
So, any mode of distribution?
No, the mode of distribution. If me, you say, Chairman Despite, started with cassette, Big Ben, one started Frame Prince, Paul G, Osewus, Socrates Muina, Danfubi, Bandex, one they've all been in that business. Yeah. And Okwa, and no. there were specialized machines, duplicating machines. You know, there were companies that had machines that duplicate maybe 10 cassettes at a time. If you duplicate 20 cassettes at a time, into no more cassettes in near the master copy now. I said near Derby, all 20 of them near the Yayeni near their market in Tibia. Every week be out the 5,000 copies. So 5,000 copies, you know. Bakubia ye ton Emma Ubia. Sikana a instant collecting. You get a point. Inti enono. Na omo motono. Any artist no ye no. They see the physical cash in their hands. Every week be inti. Artists here nyum na se nyum ni blow up. Na so nim se bandits na distributing nyum na. Oje initial down payment. Because when you say you blue, oh yeah, they are you better cassette no. Inti bia no waje 20,000 or 50,000 down payment to that. Inti wo ton no ye titi film. O ton no ye titi film. Inti afi every week bia on am krum na se ne ho kire na wa paya fa bandits shop on no ebisa say this week ya ton say okwa no waje kakra no de ahye no ho. Now fast forward edu baby no ana nkrofo invented a new type of what was there, which is the player na never hono. Invented a new type, which wasn't the big machines that were dabbing 20 cassettes and 10 cassettes at a time. No. But you see, no, that boom box, no, ultimate bowaha, no what dabby waha, 1-to-1 directly into afedu baby no. Now that piracy, no, I started into semi koto and yumna na se ekuya koto a blank cassette or the premier meet me the ashemi boom box ni me bo wa ha na ma record wa ha nti nyum na me bo no na ni nyina e record e wo ekuya cassette ni so then ekuya would also have a copy of the music. Nti that is how
just say dabbing no any piracy no. It didn't start from the only the CD era. Cassette time.
Paris in the start ya che
even vinyl come
start ya
it's vinyl so I'm Paris.
You know, there were ways of doing it, but just that because now devices no were not as portable as edu cassette time.
Okay.
It was very portable. Inti I get a boombox, I can easily give you into metal
empty cassette.
Empty cassette, all I need to do is buy the empty cassette. Look for someone who has the original tape. Because I know my dabi. Me dabi I mean so I have the music. Inti no started say koso, and started say koso. They noticed that people were now okoje original na no dabi or no dabi na if you no they big machine no akọ dabi near dabi 20 at a time no dabi na if you no aye ne the artwork near there, no, they are shame, no, so the nam crew, no, so ton.
Inti, Besame Bisa.
Yes.
And the sound for no more ton series for traffic moon.
Yes.
Your Mraho can say, I
was see a chomina, everybody, every one of them.
I didn't say.
I was see a chomina, and you're near piracy. And piracy is culpable under the law.
Right.
Yeah, until I was see a chomina. A young Kasana, Obibeka, Mobro Hunone. You know, nipa ho done unim ono so pe bibia di nti unim ye nya abotre mo money eno na ye but let me tell you a story. One day asemi nanapia
continue ana
me kokan
continue ana tell me the story, I'm listening.
One day na me nanapia air drive ye fi MC call mountains ko ya ade and ye ba and you do Fiesta Royal traffic light in the morning. You do Fiesta Royal traffic light in the morning. You jina traffic mu. Ana omo moton sa CDs no. Bako buy and the person brought CDs. Oh boss, we latest pa. And I was sitting there, continuous driving. And I continue rolling glass in it down. And Obisa and say, Masa, wait a nyumda. Why a nyumda? I don't see your boss we latest power into him. Oje back on Oslotini in. Guess what? First 3 songs now you're not continuing. First 3 songs. Yeah, first 3 songs.
What?
Yeah. First 3 songs.
Into
Unim. The way now we move from 0 to 100 in like 3 seconds. You know, or moving from 0 to 100 in like 3 seconds. Only the only thing we did at that point, yeah, OCZ CDs nekeke. That's all, because the way they call from 0 to 100, no. Anka twice anka me sure anka unim ke bia ba say you could do asem no.
Can make a satire.
Jai. What I say, want to say the way
The cassette.
Oh, yeah, need to be cassette. Oh, yeah. But I mean, fast forward. It do sad time now you realize it say cassette no ASR no. And we introduce you be on friend bandero. Bandero no cassette no. Ubon say the sticker be atare ho to authenticate the cassette. Without that authentication, uton obi enim say pirated work. Inti that afi ukoye cassette now da bia e wo say odi ukoto sa bandero e be tare ho so that obi abehun say your original work that you were buying. But no one stopped piracy, They were still doing it, and that is one of the main. I mean, piracy has been one of the main challenges of the business. Now, fast forward and check. Anna, omobe introduce something called the compact disc. CDs, no.
Yeah, the audio knows where you see the compact disc.
Compact disc. Right. Compact disc. Thank you. And I'm going to introduce you compact disc. And that one also was a big technological boom because it came with a nuance. You know, it came with a Discman. So that time, what Discman? Look, what Discman? That's
why the BB.
No, Discman. Say. Your type be or honor, your type be or honor, so man, it's no, a hold a bill into the Miss Slotty, a show how not this man, no boha. Oh, not on town, no beer who say, what yes, wow. Oh, no, Obia who say, one hour back. So, into him, would you baby? Oh, what Miss said I stop it, no be, not the NB say, no way, see the now the CD for fresh, no, I see a tuna head for she was chasing. Or that be level, they been secret or town, you know, like this man no cry, no see been more revolutions, you know. It started first, it was just CD put it inside play. I feel do baby now if you been a screen crowd also you could change the even program how the song should play. Maybe a track 1 track 6 track you know. And also ebe course. Now when and also buy you know. That also introduced a new level of piracy because be introduce you be a friend rewritable disc. Into disc no, make me a copy idea guso, but make me a erase idea na me guso no. No must a copy baby fufro eguso. Okay. Into a rewritable, and also starting a whole different chain of piracy. Same like the cassette. CDs and so then also the banderos the sticker and the for everybody to know this is original, authentic, you know, and also it started its own revolution. Now if you do baby, you know, what happened was make a fat daddy lumba nyumbako. No ma fa na ne champion nyumbako. No ma fa we nyumbako. No ma fa we nyumbako. Na me dia boom. No my album. No my Miami album. Na fi my friend no High Life Collection. Sa High Life Collection no na me my artwork na me so Medenam town because ebia albums na omaye no hit songs na was no eno na me my dey ma select na me so me dey me album na Medenam without any approval, any authority, nothing na me so Medenam krum na me eton. So that is also the next level of piracy. A buy. Now, and check ye dimu and also amofunye sika because it started for us whenever technology breaks first like that artists ne around that time no munye sika movie for nye sika artists nye sika obia nye sika but piracy ne started say grow no they needed to find new technology and check ana omde device be buy. It's me for enyum be 3,000 at the time. No friend iPod. Do you remember that?
I do remember, but Mel, before I record digital space, no, Mumayanko Chichen, Mumayanko Sa, Yango Chen answer with a song from Kunti Hene and a Black Sherif, I feel a bad enough idea, Uniuki. Mama me the digital scope of music. Why? There was so now me BBC see a continue more era, near Black Sherif era a different cry. It's a number saying I appreciate music no now you enjoy your home. I may sound so you cry. Yeah, share streaming platforms here, your audio mark, your boom play, your YouTube music, your Spotify, your Apple Music, soon. Now so no you share Ghana digital music markets now. As of 2024, now you see you the $5.1 million and a macroi. And a streaming platforms no Emma $4.2 million and you see this so sana yanum to follow and yes the car generate Emma your digital music platforms no now so no we share you say at artists biano just so could say no back unya $0.003 or sa NS the car unya. It's in a and that's 0.005, depending on the weight our industry. Now, it's a Black Chef in back. No, but less than $1. And that's 0.003 near $3. Cents. Can you imagine? Cents.
Yeah.
Cents.
It's a Black Chef in my 80. Obenya 1 cent be.
Okay, nyabuche. Nyabuche.
Chemi mwesa.
Nyabuche. Nyabuche because we say it's here for the crowd. I started here calculation. Omudaba. Nyabuche.
Cheche mwesa. Tit go full.
Okay. Yeah. So kaya make a cassette ni CD asem.
Yeah.
Make a say okoto sa enyom no okoto sa cassette na de befia okoto sa cassette na on obebo sa enyom no over and over and over and over obebo wo fie ode beko wadanfo fie akwakobo obebo wo kaa mu obeko ode beko beach mo de beko ha sa de na wo boni na enyom na wo boni all over the place ni na sa enyom ni na artist no nya hwe wo
Arentia.
Because what to cassette? One time purchase. Auto ria and one
and
artist no unya shi beam
and one thing so ana e work cassette time they say omo executive producer. Inti artist no ba be recording no. Executive producer na man e bia 100,000 Ghana cedis. Some fan koye project ni na. Inti owie na cassette ne ko executive producer ne honom. I just say what's in 100,000 Ghana cedis.
Artist in Faso. And
sana in Faso ni beach no. Wama artist no.
That time ni puri. There's a lot of stories. Only one day Yebeka station.
Well, mami call okay so.
One only say artist bio Ghana has say. They recorded some of the biggest songs. It blew Ghana has say. Omo record producers, omo distributors, you know. Some of them they only give them a car. Some of them visa 82 kind. Some of them and there's a lot of background stories. I know later.
Okay, see a short digital. Also, we are more news more about the digital platforms. Yeah. In fact, me yes, I research here. Me to see no. Because the band is saying I met me Kwame Eugene album, met me over and over again. Kiddy, all these new cuts in the game now. Now, one stream
0.003
cents.
Yeah.
And now 0.005 cents. Do you think say digital streaming platforms here a bomb?
Oh, a boy artist no pa. On say 0.003 cents now all can and 0.03 cents now all can. Omodi BBI friend units and a measure. Inti senya hu ni say 0.03 cents no. Ebia na obebu ewie no. And I also check records and they say freemium and a premium. Because on streaming platforms no, your site be freemium. E honom okwa obo enyum ni free to say audio mark. Unti ahwe but audio mark ra I introduce premium. eno de obetua bibi ena yenye system nim no minim se records ne ma Ghana yenye system no aha na ye wo no obi tie onyum wo hanoma you don't make as much as you make se obi tie wo Europe, America, any de ekeka ho na. So that is for the record. Now why is it that streaming platforms are better than the era of the CDs and the cassettes?
So you think the streaming platform era is better than CD era?
Far better than CD and cassette era. I think here one streaming platforms no akoye bibia ye fe no residual business. Inti
Asaasepa phone
inti ye be pay mu
residual na ye
ye be pay mu accumulated wealth over time. Sika ya hyehyɛ to honom over time. Ena ebetuma ye wo end of career policy enso. Inti senya ye wo ye mpanimfo bi mu a ene omo mbonyum biom ana omo nyinyin omo niska ombe account for streaming business no abe solve sa de no. Inti say ode onyum to streaming platform so ene enyom ne da so 100 years you still make money from it.
So makra bit me be didi wo ho.
Makra bit me be didi wo ho. Unlike that time yama osika no one time the ode be bia enfo bia ho. But this time around if it's on the streaming platform makra bit me abedidi wo ho. So that is what I mean by abe residual business. And secondly,
that means abe
japade. Okay. Interna sakode kan bibi or say on the voice no equity. Good. Say you can't music is timeless streaming platforms no and abe explaining no better. Amana be more valuable. Say music is timeless because uko streaming platforms so one of the things that will shock you say old songs no na make mail they are able to generate more money than even new songs now. Kwame Yuji, Black Sherif mo bobono. So what you see? So these people inka omu hunentem ena obidio mo catalog eko to streaming platform biso inka by this time yense sa stories mo. Secondly, streaming platforms no abema the whole ecosystem abeye better. Inti se meka ecosystem na dancer na osama enyom no amana beye better. Producer now or producing no amana be better. Everybody has become better adentia because streaming platform no they pay you BBFNO front of store and back of store and I can say the front end and back end. Front end ne streaming now or amount for streaming no they pay you for that. Back end no say one more streaming platform no content to use. They also pay you for that. Inti first now I was say artist manager train artist ebo show and sawaji ebi an 10% and an 15% from the artist. Sisi oje front of store oje 3% from artist no back of store oje 2% and sana oje performance charge. So all these things have made the industry better. Also, almost solve the issue of piracy, which is the main reason into streaming platforms nearby. Okay. The main reason because big answer streaming platform nearby bibi by a friend of Napster, and through that Napster period, no one artist efasu blow ye, your friend Soldier Boy, of asu take it over the whole world. So what he has here, but Napster nekrana incro for chinyum no illegally until the early 2001 iTunes Apple the iTunes ebe solve that problem. Emma 2006 Spotify and so by inti solve the piracy problem no because odonyum comma distributor obetumi twebie gum aton oye den ko hu se odie na ode comma distributor no e na oton ana we twebie gum na ode ton. But this time around, if your song is on a streaming platform, na Spotify be catch or say, enyom no yentoya, the numbers are there.
Wow to me monitor.
Ehu numbers no. So it is helping. But the distributor or the corner shop no catch or say enyom no. Obi ambeto cassette ni bi obi ambeto CD ni bia. You can't fight the distributor. So what I say? And now also I be solve the problem of monopoly in distribution.
Okay.
Because first no say me twanyom na eye cassette a me de koma mail. Say mail ton me. Say manfam me de koma mail na me sa de koma wo equia. Omum place value on the work I have brought.
I didn't hear.
Because I was say obinya exclusivity. So what I say? I was say oh yeah exclusive say mail album way I am a shop and I made ton obi baby bia e beto me shop. But se me de ma mail na me de ma we kwia se mum yenu monton a mum place value on it because obi nso de abrewa over the exclusive rights as the distributor into obeton it anymore. But I be solve that problem no. Because ene ode onyom to platforms so ayewo about 57 streaming platforms. Ode onyom to so a obia make sure say o distribute amount because a contenter ode abre ne platform no yen ka say Spotify enkwa na ode enyom na koma no. No, it has solved that problem. You can take it to Spotify, you can take it to AudioMac, Apple Music, Boomplay, Deezer, SoundCloud. There are 57. And all these platforms are streaming for you.
Emu de when Ghana for platform.
Ghana for ye dey Boomplay and AudioMac.
But say in free Ghana.
No, menka dey.
The Boomplay matter we still no solve. Cool down. Boomplay you want send me bri.
And Ghana for ye dey GMX. But no kra no.
Oh, GMX am calling last week.
Mamo start say
GMX akosi say. And 24. Yeah, be call launch nibi. Mel, number one near my but me family won't call launch nibi or easily when me kai. Akosi say.
You cheer about me.
Ghana music experience.
Okay, Ghana ye dey na GMX. So what you say? And the ashe. So I be solve the issue of monopoly in distribution. Also, abema artists no data. To me attract say because ene me to mark online me will say a kweku smoker me to me even regions etie no more say Greater Accra na etie no more ubehu sa Ashanti region etie no more ubehu ena asabe boa me pese me ye ne ntentem senia amanfo beti de make na say asabe boa with your free bibi metadata abeboa with that because first no say apparatus ena eye wonyo mawa apparatus beka say ebia meje 40,000 we executive producer and the 40,000 ne ba waje okonenim waye nyom nama. That is the end of the game. But today apparatus e recording nyom ne mawa obeka say mami 20,000 na sa mami ebia publishing until at the end of the day no waje 20,000 no also publishing rights to your song. Into the koto platform neswa ube say on the platform onipa no songwriter no ewo publishing was so the obo beat na now producing ma ono so ewo so these things have come to make the system very clear and transparent. Also the ecosystem you will be a dancer. To say your friend is saying Dance Lloyd a promote on your mawa obeka say okay meji ebia 10,000 sama me publishing into publishing now OG was streaming platforms and so no. At the end of the day you get to give these people so the whole ecosystem is benefiting. Unlike first obian benefitibium apart from the artist, the executive producer and a few couple of people. And then obia ebedidibi. Everybody's enjoying from the streaming platforms. So the streaming platforms have really come to help a lot of artists. It has come to now. One thing, every artist can become popular over time. Every artist becomes popular over time because of the streaming platforms. Because the streaming platforms, they have come to give you access to a bigger market audience. Inti first no, yeton onyom na se osewus na yeton a Ghana pe na yeton wo. Yeton around a higher na yebebo wo. But this time around, odonyum no to streaming platform ne so a obi a owo Norway ehun se onyum da ho, obi a owo US ebe hun se onyum da ho, obi a owo South Africa ebe hun se onyum da ho. So it has given our markets a very large audience and a greater audience. Obonyum no ene enyum bi betuma da honom 5 years na enye hit here. Over time, one night ebesa be hit. Your enyum example to say Shake Body. Oya Shake Body, Nigerian artist nyum. Overnight, just last year now this year, enyum no sabe peke weight because one footballer ebo nyum no edesai. People went back to the streaming platforms to go and stream the song again. Also, artists be to say Benna Boy or Boye. What you say? Ene artists be say a friend ye. Giving back life to the artists are or boss no. So now people will go back and look for that song and listen to the song. So overnight, oh yeah, artists, you don't need to worry about mini distributor, mini executive producer into all you need to do is record the song. Now there are even distributors in the system. Omone amount for echo deals. And what this streaming platform has come to do, they say, ama artists know more credibility and leverage. Ama more credibility and leverage. Leverage in anything. A particular can promise. Onim say Obonyuma or 500,000 audience seated somewhere obientia omubeti 500 solid omuti baby obientia sankrofoni beti. So what does he do? He goes to corporate Ghana and tells corporate Ghana, say corporate Ghana, may this project, I have 500,000 seat audience seated down. Let's do a tour together. Let's do this together. And I will help you promote your business. I will help you do this. That is leverage on the artist. That is value for the artist. That is credibility. Because this is the time artists no on the can't say me wo 10,000 audience baby, but on one kasampu onim baby an audience ne wo. Sisi a onim baby an audience ne wo. Se ne audience no Kumasi a onim se ne audience no Kumasi. Se ne audience no Accra, onim se ne audience no Accra. Inti artists no abenya credibility. More. Now, these streaming platforms are also providing label services. The anchor will say labels, music labels, and record labels. These streaming platforms are doing it. Ubehu artists obe release single, na boom play, and na audio mark. Ayene whole live listening no amano. That is the work of the label. But streaming platform no amano. Ubehu artists na ya mount a big billboard on the streets. Na say powered by audio mark, powered by boom play, because Emma omo that's access. You understand what I'm saying? Emma omo that's access to be able to be great, to be able to be big, because omo man content ewo omo platform neso. So there are a whole lot of things these music streaming platforms ediabre artists no omo provide a lot of artists obetuma aye album listening obeton CD osabe enjoy if you streaming platforms neso. Recently who family ni gold CD, right? How they call rounds oton ye obi and the same records na it was streaming platforms neso osa didi won. So these streaming platforms have come to make the system better. It has come to raise the standard, the credibility of the artist. It has come to introduce the artist to a bigger audience. It has come to bring revenue, the revenue, abre artists, more revenue, because any one-time cash, a cash over time.
But say a bus shopping getting no. And I don't know amount for any injury because I know just say be I'm perceiving ya 1 million Ghana cedis and I be $100,000. I was saying kofo bebre netia. I told you because some of them phone to baby and some with and meniska.
So internet measure as no make I say these streaming platforms you'll be a friend units and I the county. So what I say inti maminko baby to say YouTube. YouTube o share video wo honoma ebia 30 seconds. Answer ye be count 30 seconds and 45 seconds.
45.
Answer ye be count say nipa baako.
Na
Ahwe. So sa nipa baako na wahwe no ya counting no into the system. Now that nipa baako no can go back and come and watch it as many times as the person wants. You still earn from there. So they shouldn't be worried about the fact say 0.03. No, that is for our system. Oko premium now. Premium no, you get to earn more than that 0.03, no. Omo mutie no premium, omo mutia our platform ne son Ghana ha yentua. Obi sro kra so the credit card. Ebe bibi won online. Credit card nimpa amanfo ahe na obi.
But your credit card, your Visa, your Mastercard.
Some me say amanfo ahe. Ebia na oneme omu obi. Ebia na mimi ni bi. Inti yemu aye wone kra amanfo dwen say online things no scam. Inti onfa ne credit card details. Enko to online no bi mbeyi ni sika. Onye. So how many people are doing this? You understand? But uko outside of Ghana. Omo mutie interna na can promise no oye bibi people didn't understand. Na obi odene audience no outside because ehonum no omo ntie no freemium. Omo ntie ni free. Omo tia no mu di etie. Ntie no ema ni sika mo. Chen said oba be promote wo Ghana hanom. Na yakotie wo audio mark. Na yakotie me pese osema me nka boom play. Nti me yi boom play film.
Right.
Na wakotie wo audio mark ontia. You can say, oh, on support the artist. Sa free trial ne crowd on click so inti BBNC. You understand? But oko outsider, people pay with their cards. They listen and you get to make more money. Inti se unya se ebia 0.5 cents crowd from obia OTA from outsider. Now unyumnya 64 million streams are. Just imagine how much you are making.
And then tense.
Oh, I see.
Comfort 1 billion.
I see.
I know, but and I'm going to say, oh, much but intense.
Oh, yeah, your young artists, no, AC.
Oh, yeah.
Black Sheriff, Kim Promise. They are making the numbers. They are
Yeah.
making the numbers.
Stone Boy, they are making
Serious
But
numbers.
64 million.
Oh.
I think it was only Sugar Cane and I don't know. And look at YouTube.
They are making
Terminator.
for a long time.
Terminator. Kim Promise.
Omwetwem.
Onya 64 million streams.
Spotify near there. Spotify near there. Omwetwem 100 million streams near there. Omwetwem.
Spotify, Black Sheriff streams recently. Me check here. Now,
Stone Boy, Kim Promise.
or about 800 and something million streams.
Omwetwem.
Million.
Check it out.
It is. To match
Yo, my shift away from the digital era and you go back to cassette era. No, see, sad time no. Me kai send me wofa and me papa. But me say, hey, she me dem me much the cassette. Me dem me much the CD. Oba me dem me work collections. People took pride in that
till today.
I see with the streaming platforms. No, because someone says, oh, me dem mo Black Sheriff you my phone. So what's it? So.
No, I get what you mean, but having a physical copy of the cassette or the CD is nothing compared to having it on a stream.
So do you think that there was more pride in like owning a cassette or a vinyl record or a CD?
Oh yeah.
Compared to the streaming.
Oh yeah.
And they said then
till today, people have kept that, and I can tell you in the next 10-20 years, a lot of people would look for those vinyls and those CDs to buy. In the next 10-20 years, they will become collector's items.
No, but then they are still proud they own a cassette or a CD.
I mean, think about owning a 1945 Mercedes Benz, and today, and then your S class near there, but a 1945 Mercedes Benz is a collector's item.
Yeah,
that's how it is. You can have all the songs on digital and listen to it and all that. If so phone you still go and subscribe and it's there. But having an original copy, let me tell you the difference. Original copy of the cassette, no. So there is what we call the inlay. When you take out that inlay, some of the inlays new on my own. And you be ya show lyrics na ya show nipo ball guitar, nipo ball drums, nipo ball no mix ye producer no, like the details you have in that inlay is equal to whatever information you would want to find anywhere on a streaming platform or any other platform. What I say, that is why we took pride in owning an original copy with an original inlay and everything. And sa cassette, no. And then how many cassette players do we have in this in the system? Now we don't have a lot of even cassette players nankasakra in the system. I mean, since you are cars from the 2000s, cars send all cassette players.
They say a podcast.
You understand? Like no cars.
Bluetooth.
But, you understand? and now that's the life. You know, that's the life. Or audio marker or on the playlist OT with you. We're connected to the Bluetooth speaker and we're connected to the machine OT. If you don't know that same connection goes into the car, connects into the car, continuous listening to the car. They usually don't even take their time to actually slot in a cassette and listen to the lyrics and all those things. You know, like but those days. And till today, I can tell you, in Crawford collection, Ghana, cassettes and CDs, you would be amazed. You would be amazed, and it's fun. You know, it's fantastic and it's fun when sometimes you go to places and you get the chance to see a boom box and most of the cassettes. The quality of the music and it is nostalgic. Is really, really, really nostalgic. For me, the cassette era has lived and played its role in the development of our music. But we shouldn't downplay what the digital world is doing right now, because the digital world right now is churning out a lot of millionaires and a lot of very, very popular people who, if, for lack of a better word, time na cassette time on Ebiana Sankrofon, they would have never seen the light of day being musicians in their lives.
Yeah, sure. Your artists is here, what can they learn from the cassette era? But then on bit me, it's free more bit me there bra in this digital era.
There are so many learnings. So when you break, no my ready, they should actually look at what is going on. Sure. So utwa nyumbi in the 90s, and the original metadata and the original copy of that enyumno or the original on the cassette. This is the time that you need to digitalize that copy and put it in a catalog that you can actually put online. Na about for and kunkuti. That because I'm telling you, musicians be on baby on master copies.
As none can maybe say okay, say
baby on master copies.
YouTuber, kwesi, me YouTuber, ebi am pese me koko tie lumba, na pese me koko for yam.
Bravo, baby.
And I done the best. I'm say lumba cry and I say I no crap on me doubt. People say you know original way. It's no artist na.
Obi and awako upload when you page bina. You never get to see Omangasa.
But those people do they make money from posting artists original songs?
No? They would make money because artists need to come and claim any royalties or copyright on it. What I say if say me my and I'm original right owner to it. Nasa wofa enyum no nasa wo de enyum ni ye bibia. I get the royalties for it. But so be any one more me be compete and one me be contest say ade na me use no e will be there. Yeah, the Bema because that's how it works. You know?
And then the music industry, a bit me, they are more artists, so more digital space,
And one idea, artists be brave because for Ghana, for instance, I was a bit sad. Me a bit sad. Abra me launch GMX the trial period mu afidie yenten nkabium asa de na tonsium bisano. It was a bit sad because Ghana ye hear your own streaming platform.
Right.
Ye hear it is something me feel say e ba your system ni mo a ye beye and ye beye ni ye. And also I applaud Uncle Rex and any team. I think say it's something ya fra afide eba the Black Star experience. Na me will launch no I saw how omokasa ho. These are the things inti enyamana ye beka no oma ye sheyebo so omobeye.
So 120 days now up and home. Have they started some of them?
Oh, say GTA. I can say omoji proposals for events. Into obeye events be in December in Ghana strategy proposals as part of Black Star experience.
Also don't need a square full.
Into so ope say into almost started there. Almost started.
Okay.
But
sorry, Odo Denoko. Oh, so we your events organizer auntie
from no on my website. Open some
Odo events Noko.
Last week, week here I was at the offices of GTA Miko head of marketing, Madam Betty. And I also got the chance to meet with Abeku Santana, doctor. And we had lengthy conversations about Sanuma. It is my space. Unim say, as an event organizer, say, and event management person like me, say, anything about event, I want to know, I want to understand. Inti Miami to Anamon Kohono, Ekutie mu bise muye. I will definitely submit my proposals before the deadline.
Nti pam dey no so dey be count.
Dia sem kra ma minya hu to ya
na say me be so what's my serious na me no kasa. Nti na say o so ba no.
Etifo pam dey no me dey be count why.
But deadline is 16 June.
Okay,
deadline is 16 June inti o dey be kwa.
Okay, that's why.
Now o dey contem. So this eyi na ye eniama ye here our system nim and I believe say we need Asaasepa we did to be a amount for say your spaces no but artists no na omuntu me fail it. So me feel say you hear bigger spaces for events. You hear very bigger ones.
No, only Adrian. Or you think we have enough?
Michia okrikumante bibi obia. Mr. Amphitheaters Ichiano. Okay, so mbesi 5. As I speak to you, less than 1.
Is that where's a biniho?
Less than 1. Menkaze less than 1.
Less than 1 they say 0.
Almost started foundation, but
and what are the pool party?
You understand? It can be less than 1, but.
But I say I buy for abaso and how much share you born in your
Omaka sombe twaso na omowie amphitheaters na my pioneer boss amphitheaters, but as we speak there less than 1. It's been done so far.
Okay, we see almost more venues.
You hear more venues no for the artists because the artists no mubu ejuma. Yanka se mubu ejuma na ye dada mo mubu ejuma painti here more of you hear Ghanaian based streaming platform and ya omo be ba threaten yen no maka se omo form bag akọ. Hey, you hear omo hey
Mel
come here yo
mpacho
boom play when then
come here yo
mpacho mamenka boom play nansa mpacho boom play yesre mo ye petition mo montana
okay
because mo kwa asema abano.
But what are their reasons?
I think say na metie kwame ba no or can say maybe but I think say minya some of the information first hand from some of them but senior kwame be tufo no or say nsem ni bi wo ho no ma yentumi mfa nto abonten
but yentumi mfa nto abonten how can we solve it
nsem na some
ni bi wo ho no ma say
say kataso
kuem first
I don't know
no ye kan okukwem first
I don't know kan okukwem it say me download the boom play all my phones me this year no and I make sense sem bia baba ho no say na nkofo no kwa me koti omonyum no kra no mo sheda nya kapre mfa mfiri mu mo se yen kataso how do we kataso
David yen kasi yen kataso yes ma yenka no kukuem
Kukuem wie.
first ne afi wie en fan beto abonten because you see I want akwakoye credibility issues akwakoye skasem ne ade and we also say skanso empedede it is skasem de won e say yeto yebuna ye kan ye kra ne yie before ye de be ba beto abonten because time abun play ba Ghana any omomudi anim a omo be launch ye a omo ka so omo ba be we artist started so omo load omo download the app no e load omo nyom ne ade and for us to come to this point I hu say you understand no is a kwakoye a case of rip off bine not sansem na ya na dice delicate kakra inti na yen kasi yen kan kokwam nye say yen pese amanfo behu what is going on there be but ye pese yenya nchechemu ne ntiase ni ye because sisi an kwakoye a matter of law and emrasem ne abayasem de ne kaye kana kakra
and I'm going to say I'm going say Ghana style I say
Debbie and you see a crown ejayo Debbie share
Fiana Philip and Gizo no coach any matter for you know mo friend me some say ye crack
no ye crown because ye pese ye hu nsem nani so na fi yetim dey to abonte na nye say ye ba ye beja omo hwe
because
ye hu akomo
boom play fi Ghana ye ho bechi en pa artist ye ho bechi en boom play is the only streaming platform our office or Ghana.
Okay.
Apple Music oni Ghana. Omo beke kaka honi na omo ni office or Ghana. Bisa ho say satama Airtel Tigo na omo customer service ewo India. Into be free na India ni ne wakasa ebia o sim card a block na India ni ne wakasa no wakasa ombe solve yama. How long does it take? Answer your service our problem no. But ye twen ya Airtel Tigo ebenya office ewo Ghana first no me Tigo benya office ewo Ghana no. Se si alcohol no mpe na ya solve problem na ma. Now boom play ewo office for Ghana. Inti wo as an artist no utumi ko boom play. Any omo kokasa say boom play say it opens a lot of doors. Am I a artist no? Because artists untumi sorry enka Apple Music only Ghana. Na answer crowd benya access to Apple Music office crowd be one. Now wabre.
But okay, yeah, well, other foreign companies for Ghana has say me shift kakra like Uber, like Bolt, like Yango, all these ride hailing apps. Make I say me my final project. Now my focus was on the female ride drivers no.
Okay.
Or more office for Ghana pound. Me call her say we say me no call the train come because say na me ne man kasa no mo kan almost say office in the asset now so the decision doesn't come from them. It's me letter me de call home me meetings I me no go have you anko si aga. It's in a boom play or office at our office or Ghana. Does it solve any problem? Because most of them they are here on the call with but when it comes to the final execution, they'll tell you that on the phone, on the US answer. They give you a feedback. And mostly they don't.
It solves a lot of problems because Apple Music doesn't know your artist. Your artist has a song on Apple Music. Apple Music doesn't know the artist. SoundCloud doesn't know the artist. But ahanom no. So also a female driver bia. Ye nim say on record or ye nipa asimisi ewo hanum. You understand? So boom play knows your artist because our office ewo hanum. That is the first problem it solves. Number 2, wo artist no etumeko boom play. Say okokra no or the nasem ko honma. Meaning a lot of artists are omun blow, omun do baby aye, omunya 1,000 streams in Poye, but they walk into the office of Boomplay and they have a fruitful conversation. Omniomunya fruitful conversations. Inti it solves those things. Say you could see at least you know say once there is an office here, who follow up response beba. And sometimes let's not be sorry to use this word naive. Sometimes young crofoni ni momo ombi to my dada. Because the response if he me boss US obwa maybe or the response will be our office on ma but it be our sem now the coin no on person will be few.
No we call we are brofo.
So at least You know, so once there's an office in Ghana, we follow up ubenya solution to your problem. Now, say office ni Ghana, now California, now South Africa. Now o logic complain phone so Charlie, ye free be priority. Say unya 500,000 streams. Na another artist nya 1 billion streams. Na se wo free. Na se sa artist nso free a. When e be place priority on the problem no. The only 1 billion streams no because all the more money bromo chance any award eba no. Inti office no hana at least follow up. Unya solution to your problem. So it solves our problem. Maybe I want follow up enough. Or they call no more say oh yeji response na wa bimbuye because unim say emba. But you follow up now you get the response.
People do follow up, okay.
But you still get you get your response.
Kwasi, if I'm going to hine, my bonyo match pa. Me call YouTube no me who send kofa upload me different platform, different channel. How do I take it off?
Okay.
Yeah.
And upload the one anyhow.
Just a baby a pity. So me type me di me nyom asesa. I just say over 1,000 people. I upload the asesa. How do I get it off the platform?
Okay. So first off, you need to prove who you are. I was also platform so when you create your account, you would have to prove if say wo and now you continue na a DNA say now you continue. You would have to prove that. Once you are able to prove your legitimacy, as in me and I'm the original continue no. Omo make na ye fake me and I'm your original owner. You may be details, you may be questions. You provide all those things. If you provide, you be questions. That's who provide it. And your man who here ni na na fe you say, "When are your original owner na?" All those royalties, you don't just throw them away because a new man for streaming that. Into you rediverting na, edging na amount. That's what they do. You edging na near the wadi amount. But se oko na se oko obisa na se hu se nipa no we are. You can go. You also have the right to report that account. Say this account pirate menu, and this is me. Maybe say an account in the pirate menu. So you can also go there equally and go and report for your claims to be heard. Into there, it is you have like there are so many ways of going around it. You can easily have it. But the other thing, Cecilia. Emma digital world no the ba and so the introduction of AI.
Coming back.
The introduction of AI. Sure, sisi I say okay, mami mbo be doing so be business. But unim say sisi there are certain influencers. Munim say omo ye influencers, but they are actually robots. Nidin na nekua so post nyoma mo like it o post o comment or be comment back or but enye nipa machine ye training no ano no yes sir into who so influencer but onye nipa robot
Just visuals no any bibia so nipa na say voice no like me say me who say they say me na nekua me see here meet me dey actual camera is see me dey recording them no or also image.
So, or your AI agent, your friend AI agent. AI agent, no, yeah, programming, almost programming it, send you nipa.
I suppose I be chat GPT.
But we know you're programming it, said you are meeting here. You programming, meet me, Ubehun and then was a son at Tadi, what Ubehun say, post pictures, post and your but on your nipa.
A big organa.
Oh, yeah.
Unim no.
Minim too.
Unim robots too.
Minim too.
Say what you question robots.
Influencers. Munim almost some influencers. But the whole system now running no is actually the bots behind it, the AI bots no, and they running.
But face now.
But mu almost say ye.
Kwesi me me be ase. Ye robots.
Yes.
But de obi only a corner or control your mono or the name na ye.
So
and I robot from start to finish.
To sell, you can actually get an AI agent. AI agent, no we create a personality for that AI agent. Who creates our personality for the AI agent now? We can begin to post pictures of all that because pictures, AI generated. Intimate me create a personality called Abominable, and sa Abominable no. Me creating say or your light skin kakra, or you see kakra, or you see kakra. If send I want to post a picture of you at the beach. Make me AI can generate a picture of you at Labadi Beach.
And I said what would the ChatGPT to cry?
But ChatGPT there no in look ubehu the difference.
But
they
you
all
see
can
as realistic as
it becomes realistic.
And now my realistic one be me who put ChatGPT.
Good. So if ChatGPT can do this, imagine what
They are
the AI
advanced
agents
ones.
can do.
They are very advanced ones are.
Imagine what the AI agents can do.
Yeah.
Let me generate a picture of you in a nightclub, with people in the nightclub that you would recognize. Say, Oko club, yeah. Oh, we were ha, and yes, and that picture you can post it. People will react to it, but a robot, and you never.
Jenye na no asembi na obi anko stadium na okoye Photoshop no. What about where they be looking realistic one?
But obi was small pin charger.
Busi anti komo na ye gusu ono mel. Yem pick phone call sana. Send ni na gina. Ana yen call.
Oh, the MPK, me sure by this time it's for almost be pie phone.
I mean, we say more fresh. Me say wan come na etwetwe no. So we need you na so person can be a number no is 057 777 1073 057 777 1073. Dey we sua wo mu. Ni opesa on ye che. We dey wa frame me the crowd, the sanso frame me biom na ye ntwetwe enkomo no. Want to be fresh so betimi send a message or 057 777 1073 057 7771073. Mel, kwa sabe na ka so ni be no. Artist na mo
na sumye ni do. Na sumye ni de fofaje. Endi wa aji wanti kokonsa. Na sumi na etiti no. Ekuya ade bi ikoso ewo kroma. And I think it's very, very important say your artist no ombesua ade bi wo. Say Tama Joseph Ekasano or say the streaming platforms is giving them access to certain data via that data is so important. It's actually showing you baby ayeti wonyom the kind of enyuma for create
from audience matching
from you the artist. Akwakwa say artists be honoma, they are still not getting
the narrative.
We are sene kono.
Ayo mo na say o management na bebe na ni ngofo manager o muntina omo ni sa knowledge no.
Artists no omo managers, but I happen to speak to some people and they let you know that the artists themselves no omo nsuade. Inti moko conference opportunity bia when opportunity era Apple Music na amanfo bi tremat the manager after then it missua nyama but artists no ono felise na edwuma ne say
obeko stage and obeko studio
inti omu nsua ade so enye manager be fault na enye PR be fault ana obi fault artists no de bia maka sa asem obi ni ma anya adwen but meka biom artists I will say who take full responsibility of your business. So o manager o ni manager take full responsibility because o manager be to make sign contracts be manager really now sign contracts no managers no be brave e dey artists until you have to take full responsibility yen to me fan share manager e was say artists no usua ade e ko wenim senia enyama bi say no you will be aligned because some manager no on tana won chain forever obeko fufro beba. So you have to learn.
Okay, I said 2 weeks ago, ni edi nkomo. Oh, I say, and I can say, this whole PR for artists, ABBA app, ni discussing the before the music awards, Okay,
yeah.
I mentioned that very, very, very important. Every artist, whether upcoming or establish, you need a PR. You need a public relations officer or the right public relations, work for you. It is the same way you need a business development manager in your team. It is the same way you need somebody who understands A&R in your team. A&R, your artist and repertoire. So your repertoire is catalog, so that send you or tenasi. Nasa oshe all the analytics obetimi akire say enyuma ye nyina for the year enyum na ye boy na beka se eye kpa logo no sa nyum no anema ye the highest streams na sa nyum no mutie ye pa from different corners into the next album aye ba be ye no we have to do 2 more of the kpa logo songs because eno be ma ye more numbers than the hip hop de ye no. If so, no, so now we say gravitate towards the hip hop DNA. It also gives you another direction to make sure that you are feeding the fans and giving everybody what they want. But because I say artists need be they are not understanding sa idea making. They end up doing albums the albums are not getting the necessary relevance. Now let me tell you. The konkonsa kakana na me pese minudi no hwe unim say artist beat second promise over the last 2 years ni focus any adwuma waye yina is promoting his music outside of Ghana because who say Ghana where he has conquered Ghana, so he needs to move out. Iron Boy album. You see the way I will pay Iron Boy album, no? The way I will feel Iron Boy album, nepa. That album, do you think it is a world album or you think it's an album that was created for Ghanaians? No, but I'm telling you, a lot of people are doing music at home, apart from Ghanaian community and Kobebia.
A person pass him out. Yeah, no, but just Ubo be this is here. Mitima Bechon. What you say? Court case is not also.
What you say?
It's a court case into Moncano Creno.
No crane de Becca.
Why is that one, Musa?
And you me on my way out. Wow, him say, you me Ubo. The Ghanaian community will listen to it, but Enkobe Bia. Wow, Yahweh.
To say no better.
I shouldn't be because meeting up over 8,000. What you say? Now I can say, hey, about them, I sure not. Hey, but I'm serious because unim a idea be a winapa an artist needs to. I was so moment you know the analytics in Amunya from social media and from the streaming sites, this is the reason why Yamamosa analytics, you should use it to do what the people are listening and what the people want. And when there was a creative bomb. But if you are not creating that, then you are not ready for a human away. And as a one casa crave a human do
music business.
No problem. Find people who understand the business and let them run the business for you. And yes, sir. And I don't know what you're doing in the space. And yes, I don't know what you're doing in the space because that space, it is a multi-billion-dollar industry that you are just walking into. If you don't understand what to do or how to do it, just find somebody who artists be brave or more riasimu. And you know not true. And you know no managing the sika. And you're not managing the costuming, and you're not managing the welfare, and you're not managing. All they do is no wakwakusia, and you're not performing, and you'll be natural. Nipa no troy any tuaneka or general royalties, whatever. Otano, yetua, otaneka, or only there is to perform the song. That is Nejuma. And that's what they do. There are a lot of artists. Michael Jackson, and you say on one kasa troy. And you say no one kasa. It's not troy. Debbie. But it doesn't take away from him being one of the greatest pop icons ever. Because he performed those songs and performed it well, lived it. you know, into your artist the work room say, you know, mesremeka, it is about time. See ya mwatia say muhia PR. It shouldn't stop at just going for awards and nothing that will be PR. You should know that your PR is the one who leverages radio interviews, TV appearances, partnerships, everything that you do. Your PR and your business development managers. If you are not in that space or you are not there yet, industry you will find them. They are always around. But so one show it is a big problem. Conconsana and they say, okay, medical alabaster box.
Oh yeah. Wow, yeah. I got to say.
There is another group called the Shepherds. What you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Shepherds, a release almost 1999. Alabaster release almost 2005. Medical release in the 2024. 2025.
24.
2024. Was it 24?
2024.
Is that one Korean way?
Uti Shepherd. Now it's Alabaster box. Now it's medical.
But my title and I am what?
Mejama.
When we are wine,
Mejama.
Title, no, my title.
Me see Mejama. Yenja for now.
Next week we'll get.
Don't wait. Next week you're going to yes, and I know BNT.
Next week,
me carry. Me say, Mudie.
It's the Shepherd Alabaster box.
Alabaster box.
Medical. In a triangle.
Medical, then the crowd we use outside no, it's okay.
No problem.
On Beckett's case,
no problem.
And no can say asem no.
No problem. But the Shepherds near Alabaster box.
Okay. Oh, but we'll find out where answer. Then I'll be card chat for.
Ye two up and coming artists, no. Ye told me now for say they should pay attention to the digital system, to the streaming platforms, because these streaming platforms no mu be brave, but platform a ebituma mewe nipa otie wonyom ene amanfo a enyom ben na omutie na waye enyom to align with that ompe we a eden biom na ope sisi will be a friend audience matching ne say o platform no identify say high life artist algorithm no e push wonyom ema enkrofo a omo enjoy high life sika we sika ben biom na ope
5 cents
5 cents unya 1 billion 5 cents okamboma udemu e better sell be kwa ton cassettes 1,000 2,000 3,000 pieces ena sa 1 billion no unya wia e beto so aba enya ade nyesi so pay attention to these streaming platforms omunsua the ins and outs of it and you say me de nyom na to we me yimeni no onyom no e was say minimum amount from the nyom to streaming platform de to honom nim say streams ne kra anko bebrea e was a platform ni tua no for the back of store nim because from a platform no contents
okay
nim inti sikano ashe but sikane nhye system nim we de ye ka atwere mo musika ahye no se mo betume prove dia monkoji musika ye wo bibia efe no black box sika bia ewo creative arts industry nim it is not well accounted for ekogu sa black box nim ewo mine nim mine we mu o mine bia wo bi
okay
inti utumi ko prove say at a point in time me de menyum to Spotify ye born this number of times to any legal court.
Okay.
Yes. Ye osika on sabeka.
All right.
Inti artists no omunsia inyama we because it is the digital system is where we are going. Na bibia ye ko. So when Siana want adapt here in the near future, no ebe how omunsia omo adapt and they should become better versions of themselves. Yempe konkro productions. Yentie obe producing your maboka.
I don't share you be a minimum.
Me shady obi but me when put the come younger ones no. Obi one more up. I hope pre no I could rush studio. Now yentie o. It is a better so be produce quality than so be produce bibia yentie you ube fade from system nintem because enyom a storytelling. If the story is good yetieche artists be more ube to meet your monyom omo your current system we mu ube to meet your monyoma enfono da Kofi Kinata because a true story no he tells a story familiar those people I see yeah but na yeah kind of wasem omoka story but oko jina studio now yedede now the beto hono ma ebenya hits 3 days ebetwem
yen one corner and twem okay guys one corner and twem who can pan twem ye so bolo so
menka see twem some of them menka see twem
and it you know what they go shine no and also on the market
but market no yen music is timeless no yen to main fan show
one corner is timeless
una
count is timeless
Pacho sisi
freedom is timeless
sisi I mean to kasa o me kasa na me ko me uncle Sammy Flex or we tramiti.
But all I'm saying is I get where you're coming from. But I would say any obia ne pe lyrics obi wonu mo a freedom but obi just be beka say o kan you mienu miensa bi pe wonu nyum nim it obi ne style they should just give us a good production and then good music lyrics and then you be na betimi atro obi wonu man enum sem na ndo so sa obi wonu enum sem sa kwesi obi won say ofana
oh yeah you know over time after being in the industry for this long and learning over this period one of the things are Makan, and this thing I framed it up in my head this about 5-6 years ago and I say I've come to accept and realize that there's nothing like a bad song. There's nothing like a bad song. It depends on how you meet with the song. Kwaya ofaso ne nyom no ehia. And only determine what the song will mean to you. Sebio etie for fenchemi. Sa o mami aka baby. Na se yebo we wuda ba mane so. It makes sense. You can connect to that song. Yeah. At that point, ote one corner a young kwasia same first class. Because the state in which you are and that song, the disparity, you know, a man who crosses annual nyanse be a womb. But say what your soccer bet be on. Anna when in that so. Anna odds na born where this can be a won. What you say? Oh, you will see. Oh, honum na boss one corner yenyum pa. Oh, honum na boss. Oh, better doing a yenyum pa because you him. Sata no. Kakra na show huni the way person bu mu okona hono. Oh, inti. There's really nothing like a bad song. It depends on wo mood any baby a ubeshia. There's a song so the artist needing the problem child. The song's title is Holiday. Okay. And you start here. You say offering a boss. I say boss, I don't see myself coming to work today. I don't feel like doing any work today, you know.
That is my kind of song.
So if you have been in the state where we get Juma office and the way office corporate pressure
on a Monday morning,
you would feel you connect to that song. Who will say, Charlie, the guy is talking my language. But to somebody else, it would sound like onim nyansa na utime for boss and kasasa. You know, like you would get that. It depends on maybe how be she no. Into baby or beshi anyumbia would determine how you feel about the song. But every mood would determine a song for you. Into really, I don't think there's anything like a bad song. Maybe there's a bad production, but not a bad song. Production, yes. Production, because per the standards, your frequencies have to be here, your vocals have to be here, your this have to be here. Yeah, production wise, technically, it is not. But to say if say you're to that same level, you can never say this is a bad song or this is a good song. It depends on where you meet the song. Me fan chiake sie Emma me team are more strategic plus solutions. I mean, like Mekayan, the CIO conference, they were fantastic. Like the turnaround time, the attention to detail. I had yes, because clients need demand a lot, and the way they supported to make sure the event was successful. I respect them. On my idea, congratulations to all of us. We've done a yeoman's job. Memfa in Chiakesi and Soma, my team all folk up, especially the executives. Kojo Preko and OK Japan, Baby Omobia, Michiomo. They are doing some fantastic work for this industry. One day, a bit more flowers. They shouldn't worry. One day, a bit more flowers, because there's been, for the last 40 years of Ghana's life, there's never been an advocacy group in the creative industry that has been vibrant like FOCAP, and the kind of issues to the fore, and the kind of solutions that they've gained, they've gathered, the work that they've done. I think they're doing fantastic. On my idea, Michiomo, Baby Omobia, and then last but not least, Michia Uncle Kwekubako Jr. Baby Omobia, Nami Shranke Siepa. Me catching her last week, say he did something for me. Hey. One day, Meka asem nankasa. One day, I'll tell you the whole story. But baby will be a nyami shaneke siepa, because Sada no say no be pieho. And what he did, I don't know what the situation would have been. But nyankopon him and ono ankasa so tie me anaso bi won nchen 8 year mpacho mo nka nche no. Say no fase mel si ochia no pa bibi obi ana me dana sinya kupon hira no kese pa. Yeah.
Okay. Major final words, but do you have anything that you want to say?
Yeah, so maybe I make say made by youth. Yeah, Yaba Ghana. Okay. So Ghana should expect us talent and yet creative arts and talent we are here to shed light on what you do into Yabamamo. Also, I want to send greetings, Emma for the plug. The plug a menstrual hygiene campaign this weekend. Orche sanitary towels. I'm over 600 students into Oyade. Me and madam for the plug. Emma for the plug. Big shout outs to her and my team at One Play Africa and Otobi Entertainment, from Ernest to my boss Nanayao and everybody at that place. A very big thank you to all of them for the massive support. They are my, but this name should ring in everybody's ear. Made by youth. We are coming for Ghana.
Yeah. I say no makano made by youth any folk up. You know me a pressure group or more Ghana have, but folk up there no e wo ho ache na me on a vice president. Inti ebusan for me that was simply for. Okay, me that say Mel so me that say. Moment ko ready messages now fade here. My sorry so way every ato ofia dabraka or say. Back in the day, you know, now almost a visitor at the talk cassettes. Now, so they say because they want to show loyalty. That and then that was to artists, you know. By then, no streaming, you know, ababe easier. And so, for artists, no, almost share that any come now, so no, a benefit of Felisa benefit. The only streaming, you know. More than artists, we are told Fiada Braka. Mammy for so free Nima. I still have Kojo in Chi and a match the cassette in my house. Streaming is okay for the young ones, but we used to cherish every tape. I don't think the connection is the same anymore. Where your mommy, if we are Kwame apps, Kwame apps pa. If we easily gonna say, let's be honest, streaming is the future. If artists know how to monetize it well, they will earn more than they ever did with cassettes. The problem is we don't have proper structures here. And Arabas of Respinters, I say streaming makes it easy for us to discover new Ghanaian songs, but the cassette days felt more personal. You could hold the music and you know now it's just click and skip. And after messages in the door soon, Kobe D of so I'll say in the cassette era, artists were fewer and more focused. Now everybody drops music every day online. It's harder to stand out. So yes, it's easier to release music, but it's harder to succeed. Way a Kobe D ewo kaswa. Say ye CD, say ye cassette, say digital streaming, Ghana music will always find a way to reach the soul. Ain't no question. I be say I only said, "Dear neighbor to me, I said ye be ya artist no, ya no to no. Or more keka huni na the free drummers so producers so dancers so or more mudi or shane muno or move to me in yesika. Nyame ya do my next week so no. I'm in the Chrissy Davis. Ya bet na say and come on the ye baby I to try on him. Ye the conconsa into the conconsa be bremo. E wo pain si waso. Me out me can ye friend me or bomini band na nekia. I said I can see and come me technician and Osomafo kweku eyisi mo ni so presenter wa say ono na de kwan se hwan ye bremo Monday ekosi Friday 54 am na mewa 4 am ekosi 9 am de ono ne oye me technician me sra wa se we to me enjoy me ntemo a me be sorry so na emom no ye streaming live e wo Facebook e ya Asaasepa 107.3 entene se wo kwa bomodi akọ comment bomodi akọ like na share na afoforo so ehu na.
Thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.